I'm Dave Mirra. We're hanging out here at my house in the off-season, relaxing now that tour's over. But I'm going to take you through some of my favorite moments of the Super Tour 2001 and show you why and how rad it was to start here in Greenville, North Carolina, my hometown, at J.C. Park. Let's go check it out. Pulling up to the demo was just insane. It really was. Seeing a park that I ride all the time in the town that I'm from, and Greenville supports bike riding and what I've done so much, and it's awesome.
Let's lose that appendix.
Mother, I'm home. I'm a beefy spicy butterfly. I gotta get out of here. Never do it.
Eat me. It is the Big Apple, but don't try and eat it. We're now entering the center of what...
All right, cool. How you guys doing? Center as in dial down the center. That's right. Can I borrow that? It's the 1-800-CALLATT. All right. Got a good crowd.
So, Dustin.
Exactly. It's free for you and cheap for them.
On every call counter juice?
Daar James van Kom de Gaia.
For collect calls.
Save big bucks on every call. Just dial 1-800-CALL-ATT for collect calls.
Getting the folks at Ask Jeeves to test the Norelco Quadra Action Razor should be easy. Hey, they're smart, right?
Will I get a close shave? Signs point to no.
This thing's gonna chew up my face.
But thanks to slots for longer hair and holes for short stubble, they got a close shave without the nicks and cuts of a blade.
Well, it's only been a few days, but I'm liking it.
They especially loved how easy it was to clean.
It needed a quick bath.
The Quadra Action has satisfied 99% of the guys who tried it. Accept no imitations. Get America's #1 selling electric shaver, Norelco.
The Dave Mirra BMX Super Tour is brought to you by Slim Jim. Need a little excitement? Snap into a beefy, spicy Slim Jim. And by 1-800-CALL-ATT for collect calls.
The actual nervous part wasn't there until we rolled up and we saw all the people there, and then I started getting nervous, like it was like a contest, and I was like, yeah, I just couldn't believe how many people are here. This is the place I ride. It's practically my backyard, and I ride it every day. And there's, you just ride with the locals and stuff. And you actually, I saw it in a whole different light because of all the banners, the tents, the people.
Pulling into J.C. Park was pretty much just wow.
We're gonna ride hard. We're gonna ride to win. Let's do it for
We get out, the mayor gives us a hug. Boyd Lee, very, very awesome guy. He's the head of the whole Park and Recs in Greenville. And just seeing those guys there supporting, happy, smiling, it was just like, wow, this is great. And kids just chanting, my name and everybody's name, and just psyched to see the bus pull up, parents greeting you, just going, wow.
As soon as we got to ride, it was just all of a sudden, boom, done. It was like everybody's just going off.
When you have that many riders that are all really good, it's kind of strange because you don't have much of a whole warm-up process. I remember sitting back thinking, okay, this run, I'm going to drop in and I'm going to do this and that, and I'm going to flare the quarter. And then right before I was going to do it, Dave dropped in and kind of did essentially a couple of the same things I was planning on doing. I think early on it was Alan Cook just did some kind of flip variation over the box, and everybody was just kind of getting the feel for it after that. Once that happened, it was just kind of like, you don't want to drop in now and do some, you know, small tech lip trick on the mini ramp. You want to kind of go serious.
We didn't really get too much practice, but right off the bat, people were just throwing down, and you just had to step it up kind of quick, which I'm not really too used to, but I just kind of went with the flow and just let it go, I guess. The highlight of the demo for me was definitely a double tail whip. This was my third one, and it was the first one I tried over that box jump, and it couldn't have been a better place or time to pull it.
A double tail whip over the box jump. Let's hear it one more time for Rob Garden. Yeah!
It almost felt gnarlier than a contest in the X Games, in a sense. The demo at JC was interesting, but it was weird because, you know, we all, after we left, I think we all figured out that we definitely rode too big too quick. We didn't like kind of mellow it out. We didn't kind of regulate it. We just went out there and just started riding. It seriously felt like a contest. But that was a great demo. The crowd was awesome. The support we got here in Greenville was awesome. And hopefully next year, coming through again, it'll be twice as big.
If you're concerned about hair loss, call Hair Club now and get this booklet or CD-ROM free. It's packed with the latest information on hair loss breakthroughs from around the world, including hair cloning and genetic therapy. It's loaded with the latest updates on all the proven hair loss options available today, including approved drugs, shampoos, and Hair Club's new procedures. So call 1-800-HAIR-CLUB now to get more information. Hair Club, over 25 years of hair loss experience available at your fingertips.
This holiday season, the compact Presario 5000 TPC will come bearing gifts, like a free color printer, a $50 instant rebate, and free shipping. Not to mention a powerful Intel Pentium 4 processor and Microsoft Windows XP Home Edition, all for just $849. And you don't even need to travel afar. Call 1-800-331-7390 to buy now. You'll get one great PC and 3 great gifts.
Hey, Bob, why don't we hang out inside the museum?
Skate where there are no limits. Introducing ESPN X Games Skateboarding for PlayStation 2. With mind-blowing fantasy levels, plus authentic X Games competition with 8 pro skaters and over 40 intense tricks. Skateboarding as you know it is now extinct. Rated E for everyone.
3 days going home tonight.
We got up early that morning and headed for Florida, which was about a 7-hour drive. We played some, poker and dice and had fun and kept us busy so we didn't go insane in the bus. Start fighting. We all pulled over and we were just kind of sitting in the bus all day, trying to keep yourself occupied.
How's life on the road, man?
Great.
You got road again?
You know, I got one pair of socks left for this whole trip. I'm gonna try to make it work. Figure if I can wear a pair of socks for about 3 days, and then swap them out for the demo, and then Are we really suffering? Hopefully be able to last out with some sweaty socks through the plane ride home. But it's gonna be tough, but I guess it's like just the tour life, really, you know? That's the way it is.
Going home tonight. All right.
The last demo of the first leg is Clearwater, Florida. And we were all getting beat up and tired. We didn't know how to take this demo, whether we were just gonna do a good demo and get out and go home, basically. We got there, again, it started off, you know, typical, like, I'm kind of mellow, I'm gonna take it easy. One person fires something off, and you're like, man, I wanna be a part of that. This is the last one, the first leg. We have a demo here tonight, and I'm sure it's gonna be great. I'm sure the crowd's gonna be out of hand. This park, I've never been to it, but I've heard it's a great park, so we'll go there, figure it out, session it, and hopefully have a blast, which I know we will. It's a rad park. This looks dope.
We are at Central Skate Park, getting ready to do the demo. Everybody's kind of getting geared up and riding a little bit, getting used to the park. And it's the last demo of the tour, so hopefully it's going to be a good one. I think everybody's going to try to do their best to make it a good one now.
Today, like we got here and it didn't seem like there was gonna be that much stuff happening, and then it just turned into an all-out war.
The truck driver 7 or Barshman 720, whatever you want to call it, it's one of those tricks I've been wanting to do for a while. It's one of those things where it's like it's either gonna work or it's not, and you're gonna crash really bad. Today was one of those days where it didn't even work and slammed my head really hard and was just kind of like confused for a little bit. So it was, I mean, probably better off I didn't try to get up and do it again, because I probably would have crashed again even worse. But I mean, it always kind of stinks having to walk off the course injured and not be able to ride again, but I mean, you know, it's not going to keep me down forever. Hopefully eventually I'll be able to stick that one and ride away happy.
And then Colin McKay starts going and does a, you know, tail whip to full bar spin, which is unreal. You can't explain that.
On the way on the bus, I was like, I gotta try this trick that's been haunting me for about a year, and just wanting to pull it. And then, I don't know, I didn't even really like the box jump too much. Like, I only just jumped it once or something, and just seeing Ryan and Dave just standing it over the box jump, I just knew that, you know, I had to join in with that session and just try and take on tail up the bar spin. And it was about time. I must have did about 5 tail whips just to get the feel. Like, if there was one spinning good, I would have threw my bars, but each one was either off balance a bit or my foot would slip, or it just wasn't enough time to spin my bars. And I just, you know, I just took that one last go, and I was like, I got to throw it this time, and just jumped the box nice, whipped it clean, caught it, and just threw my bars. And then I didn't even know that I pulled it till about 20 feet away from the landing, and it all just caught up to me, and I was stoked.
First one ever, that's so dope. That's rad. I'm gonna ring this out for Colin. Right now. That's for Colin. Forcing out for my homie.
It's a dream trick of mine. I'm glad I finally pulled it, and there was plenty of witnesses there and a camera, so I'm glad I'm done it now. You know, I want to do it again for sure, but I'm just glad to get that one out of the way.
You know, Ryan went for a bar spin 720, and then I was like, maybe I'll try no-hand at 720. I mean, Me and him seems like we try them every once in a while. We go for things that we don't ever think we're going to pull, but we're like, yeah, you never know. This might be the time. Ryan crashed, I crashed. I tried a second one, bent my back wheel. Bikes, I'm like I'm heading for cover because my bike's bouncing around all over the place. I figured I was going to get hit with it, but I got out of it okay. And then I bend my wheel anyway. I'm up there truing my wheel.
I'm so bummed, dude. Like, I want to... That first one, Dave, you just flew right off.
I hooked the brake lever in my knee pad, and it slipped out. But I had the spin. I know I did. So I got back on my bike, and I'm like, okay. Laird just tried 3 flares, crashed them all, but he was going for it. So it's like, I kind of put that in my own perspective. I said, he's going for what he really wants to pull. He's crashing, but he's going for it, you know? And then I'm like, I go, well, I'm going to go for another 720, knowing it's 720. I went for 2. You know, third time's supposed to be a charm. It doesn't always work out like that, but I'm like, I go, hey, he's going big. Colin McKay went big. I go, you know what? I'm going to give it another shot, and we'll see what happens.
You know, pulling off a no-handed 720, to me, it's got to be one of the hardest things that a human could ever do. Not just in bike riding, you know, not, you know, comparing it to golf or anything, just in sports. What he did right there and what the consequence hold and the amount of concentration and the amount that of skill and just trusting yourself to just hang on and go for something that you know could put you in the hospital. So just using that one trick and using Dave as an example set the tone for everybody else on the tour. Because I think everybody feels like a little bit of a brotherhood. Like, I know I'm on this tour because Dave feels like I belong here. And so I think everybody just goes out and they not only do what they would do in their home park, but they also do it with a sense of pride. They're more apt if they pull a trick sloppy. You see Mike Laird, he's got thumbs down. He's saying, no, I'm not cool with that. I'm out here on this tour to do the best I can, and this is a demo, and this enables me to go back. Even though I pulled the trick off, and in a contest you'd move on to another trick, it's a demo, and it's to these riders, I really feel like it's an opportunity for them to do each trick and walk away from that trick with that feeling of, man, I couldn't have done that trick any better.
That demo turned out to be insane, really. It was an awesome way to leave the first leg. It couldn't have been any better. This is Dave Mirra. Leave a message.
Yeah, Mirra, you ain't nothing, man. I'm playing your video game and I just smacked you something silly, yo. You got tricks? I know your tricks. You think you can reach a higher level? You ain't got the spleen to take me. You ride tough parks? Wait till you break off a piece of what I'm building. You hear me, Mirra? You better cash in one of those miracles, boy, because I'm coming over and I'm gonna kick your... Dave Mirra, Freestyle BMX 2, rated T for teen, from Acclaim Max Sports. Aight?
Some kids think smoking weed makes you cool. What about those who think you already are?
The West Coast leg was pretty interesting for the fact that we figured that it was probably going to be the largest crowds, the most people at the demos. But it was kind of different like that. I mean, the West Coast, we didn't have the biggest crowds. Escondido was awesome. The crowd was there. I mean, they were screaming. It was pretty sick. But the ramps were super slippery.
I knew the ramp setup was real slick and so slippery.
So insanely slick.
You knew it was slippery. You went for stuff, pushing the limits first you probably could, and seeing what you can come up with before you do start crashing. It was just kind of fun. It was a different twist for a demo. We got over to Vert. Vert went really well. The ramp actually felt great. We did some big stuff.
Did it show you how the West was won when you were young? Did it show you how to hold a gun, how to walk into the setting sun? Do you believe in freedom advertised? Do you believe in...
I pulled a really
clean flare and decided to do an abubica out of it. That was kind of strange. Abubica was just really steep, Phil, and I thought I was going to slam. It was like I rolled down on the back wheel a little ways before I came out of it, but I lived to tell about it.
Laird pulled a flare. Realize you can do it.
All right, everybody, let's get behind Mike Laird. He's got something in mind here. He's going to go for something. Yeah, Mike. He's going to work it on the vert ramp. Laird! Pull out the flare. Yeah, Mike got more than...
Nikos pulled his tricks.
Take it to the house. I tried to flare too and end up getting another flat. I think that's my theme for this trip is flat tires.
Oh, I got a flat.
Oh, man.
As soon as they took it to the vert ramp, especially Dave, was just like out for revenge on the skate park.
He did a double bar spin that scared everybody to death, but he pulled it, typical Mirra style.
He was blasting the vert ramp as high as he could, and you could tell he was setting up for something big, and he took 2 or 3 runs to see how high he could really get, and then at the very highest air, he threw this corkscrew flare, and it's just amazing the way that guy rides. He just rides with so much power and strength and confidence, and just go as high as you can on vert and send one of those corkscrew flares. It was unbelievable.
Give it up for ESPN television up there on the deck. What do you say, Escondido?
It turned out pretty good. I think that was definitely the highlight of the whole demo was the vert.
You like the demo? What was your favorite part? Rob's tail whip attempt or
We get done with the demo, roll over, start sitting down, everybody gathers around, and then, geez, like 4 hours later, it seems like we're done. It's crazy, but it's cool too to know that many people want us to sign their stuff or a piece of paper.
At every demo that we're doing, we're actually giving away a Haro bike. Dave said, I'm going to look for a genuine fan. They're not just there doing good tricks, they're also being good people too, so it's cool.
So Stevie, you come up here to see the show. I talked to you last week, and you made it. I'm psyched. So what happened?
My arthritis got really bad, and I just wanted to get back on the bike, and so I told my doctors to do something about it, and I just got my surgery.
So you're gonna be back and start ripping pretty soon? That's awesome. So you're a full-fledged bike rider. Minor setbacks, I've had them for sure, and I can't wait to see you. Robbie, we got a surprise for you, man. We got this bike for you. So right here, dude, so when you start getting back on your bike, you can ride a brand new bike and start ripping. So I'm psyched, man. I can't wait to next year. Cool, Steven. There you go. Cool.
That was the best.
Think of that.
This is an angel. He's really a super guy. Dave's got a heart that is not breakable. It's unbelievable. He has one desire.
So much,
he wants to ride his bike again.
It meant a lot to me to be able to give Steven the 540 Air after such a great demo, him making it up in Fort Lauderdale. He went through gnarly surgery on his knees and hips, and hopefully giving them the bike will give them a lot of motivation to get healthy and get back riding again. And maybe come up here in Greenville in session with us. It'd be awesome.
Request backup units.
Where you headed?
Police business! Back off!
You got it!
If I split my pants!
Ow, dude, you don't need change for collect calls. Just dial down the center with 1-800-CALLATT. It's free for you and cheap for them.
Hey, buddy. This is my show.
Frisk me, cuff me, call me Shirley.
Save big bucks on every call. Just dial 1-800-CALL-ATT for collect calls.
Getting the folks at Ask Jeeves to test the Norelco Quadra Action Razor should be easy. Hey, they're smart, right?
Will I get a close shave? Signs point to no.
This thing's gonna chew up my face.
But thanks to slots for longer hair and holes for short stubble, they got a close shave without the nicks and cuts of a blade.
Well, it's only been a few days, but I'm liking it.
They especially loved how easy it was to clean.
It needed a quick bath.
The Quadra Action has satisfied 99% of the guys who tried it. Accept no imitations. Get America's #1 selling electric shaver, Norelco.
Let's lose that appendix.
Mother, I'm home. I'm a big spicy butterfly. I gotta get out of here.
Take me.
Unscripted with Chris Connolly. Not just sports talk. It's unrehearsed.
Not intellectual enough to follow that question.
It's unpredictable. Unscripted with Chris Connolly. Weekdays at 5 on ESPN.
San Francisco, it's a different kind of place. I like the hills. You're gonna see some scuffing backyards, a little burning of the shoe. You can smell a little Robert. What's your middle name again? Street. It's a trip. I don't know what my parents were thinking, but maybe they had a crystal ball or something. Dennis Street McCoy.
Well, we better see some street out of you instead of just throwing trash around.
I got
some
street
rails. I want to see some.
I got enough street to pass. I got street to pass on to the rest.
You been to San Francisco before, Dennis, or what?
Yeah, I've been to San Francisco on many occasions. Yeah? I've shredded the Embarcadero, and now it is no longer with us in its, pristine form.
Gee, dude, I want to do it hammer tonight.
Not rails in San Fran.
Really?
I'm gonna go. I need to do a rail again too.
Oh no, that's a dilemma. Should I go shoot right the full pads so I can do a handrail?
Where we at? The hotel. SF.
We're going street riding in San Francisco tonight.
It's a great place to session. We didn't really get there and get ready to go until almost midnight.
Tu savais ce qu'ils pensent des gens de couleur, ma sœur. Y a pas de fleurs dans mon malheur. Pour t'en offrir, je me fais rappeur. Pourquoi subir tel un cireur de chaussures? Pour m'en sortir, je suis conteur de mes aventures. Un mec à la recherche d'une femme sûre. Qui se la raconte pas, des cas de l'allure, c'est sûr. Si toutes les meufs étaient carrées comme Maria, je fumerais moins, je boirais moins de Bavaria. Je combattrais la peste, la malaria, j'aurais la foi comme Mère Teresa. Cette promesse gravée sur le cercueil de Lady Di, comme à Dallas pour Kennedy. Vous n'aurez pas, j'ai un holster sous mon CD. Le pape endort la masse avec des promesses à la messe. Laisse, j'encaisse. You still got it.
Crack for sale!
Security want that inside. We got it. Roll on up.
So you're gonna see some scuffing backyards, a little burning of the shoe. You can smell a little Robert.
What's this? This is Ryan's first rail. This is the one he wanted.
This is Ryan's first handrail. It's 2001. It's getting pretty pathetic, if you ask me. But hey, we all got to start somewhere.
When you jump on the rails, you don't want to be parallel because then you miss. But if you go at an angle, you jump into it and you lean in and you stay on top of the rail. So and you just jump on it like it was a grind box. You've done a million grind boxes.
I want to do one though. Yeah, but
this is the one.
So nervous about it.
It was cool. Like I figured I had to do it. You know, Laird and Dave were just, come on, man, you gotta do it. You can do it. You know, everybody was cheering me on, and so I was like, okay, I'll just go for it and see what happens. And it was easy. Like, you know, like not to sound cocky, but it was a lot easier than what I was expecting. I got on there and got right off and pulled it clean first try, and I was super psyched. Like the feeling I had after I pulled that was just a rush of adrenaline and happiness, and you know, it was cool because people were stoked for me because I'd never done one and knew that, so they were giving me, you know, props on that, and it was just good, like, you know, to be able to do that, and especially in San Francisco because I've been there a couple times but never really done anything, so that was awesome, and we just kind of moved on and went to the next thing.
Something went down. Turned out Rob had done the big handrail there that we were sizing up earlier in the day. Or at least they claim he did. I'll see it on tape if he really did. So we went back to the hotel and slept, I think, an hour and 15 minutes.
There is a place where nothing you do is ordinary. Even when all you're doing is pumping gas. When you cross into the blue, everything is different and important.
Especially you.
Attention, there is a tickle bear on the loose. I repeat, there is a tickle bear on the loose. Please take the following precautions. Get into the game with the latest titles for GameCube, now at Target. Getting the folks at Ask Jeeves to test the Norelco Quadra Action Razor should be easy. Hey, they're smart, right?
Will I get a close shave? Signs point to no.
This thing's gonna chew up my face.
But thanks to slots for longer hair and holes for short stubble, they got a close shave without the nicks and cuts of a blade.
Well, it's only been a few days, but I'm liking it.
They especially loved how easy it was to clean.
It needed a quick bath.
The Quadra Action has satisfied 99% of the guys who tried it. Accept no imitations. Get America's #1 selling electric shaver, Norelco.
Dag, yo, it's the Amped Guide to Freestyle Snowboarding. Know your mountain. Downhill area, freestyle areas. Let's ride! This is about freedom and cool tricks, and doing those cool tricks when the media's around. Just bend, jump, grab, rotate, and land. Then contact an orthopedic surgeon, and you're ready to go. Amped. Style isn't everything. Just kidding. Rated E for everyone.
The course ruled, a really, really big course.
It's such a great variety. All the ramps are very well built. They just had a contest there. I know the guys are really stoked. In fact, could very well be the best park that we end up going to.
A lot of the stuff they had there. I love sub railings, and this is the first time I had a chance to ride a double coping one. So I was pretty psyched about doing the Fufanuda ice pick transfer over on the nose wheelie to fakie on it. I still want to build one that's like 24 feet wide so you could ride it just like a spine ramp, but it'd be a double coping sub. It just became a big, riding session.
With a smaller crowd, sometimes it feels like you can just go out there and float around and get warmed up, and that's usually when, you're having fun and then you want to do the bigger stuff. So it was kind of cool in a way, because the people that did cheer were there because they rode bikes and they respected it.
It's a manual line though. It's up that wedge and around and then down over here.
Bruce was trying to line pretty much until the crowd was gone out of the whole demo. He was jumping off the 6-foot hip, manualing the 8-foot quarter, then kind of going around the corner where we were all sitting waiting to jump the box jump, and then there was a handrail going down the drop-in ledge. So basically he was doing a huge manual around the corner and then trying to grind the rail. And I know he tried it a bunch of times. Most of them were just kind of run-ups and stops, because to hop on a rail from the manual was pretty difficult. And I think he was like, got on there a couple times, fell over, and then finally pulled it, like, after pretty much the whole crowd was gone, which was cool.
The biggest trick of the demo was definitely Dave Fufanuda in that back rail. I asked him afterwards if he looked what was on the back side, and he was like, no, I didn't look back there. I sized it up earlier that day because I was thinking about trying an Abubic on it, and there was like maybe a 5 or 6 foot tall chain link fence. There's a 14-foot drop to the ground, and about 5 or 6 feet above the ground was the top of a chain link fence that had you'd just got, torn to pieces had you fallen off the back of that.
I'm gonna try to Fufanuda the Slim Jim banner.
It's one of those things, it's one of those tricks you just gotta commit to, but the person that really does commit to it, deserves all the glory on that one.
It actually worked out really well, and I think everybody did something big that they were proud of at that demo.
Damn, I live in the dead of night, on 4 wheels of rolling dynamite, running red hot on a midnight curve. Catch me now if you got the nerve. Hell-bent I ride, angel by my side, blow devil wind, 'cause I won't be back again. No, I won't be back again. Fireball flames in the X-ray heat, 99 down a dead-end street. Tattooed knuckles don't spell his fate. One said love and the other hate. Hell-bent I ride, an angel by my side. Blow devil wind, 'cause I won't be back again. No, I won't be back again.
Bye. Take care. It was definitely a good demo. A lot of great people there, and I think that was one of the biggest ones in California.
We need to talk.
Really?
I don't think we should see each other anymore.
Well, is it Mr. Frisky?
No, I love your cat.
It's the rash, isn't it? Listen, the doctor said it's just temporary.
No. It's your website. I need more content than that.
Our customers expect a lot from a website because at Progressive.com, you can get our price for auto insurance and the rates for up to 3 leading competitors, and that could save you hundreds.
We want you to save money, even if it's not with us.
At Progressive.com, you can get a quote, buy a policy instantly, even check on the status of a claim. Our website is so fast and easy to use, it's been rated #1 4 times in a row.
She says I need more content.
Yeah, that's about right, yeah. You could start saving now. Call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE or visit Progressive.com today.
You know, athletes are pretty well known for their superstitions, but I gotta be honest, our guys can be pretty quirky, too.
Have a good show, Ken.
You too. There's this one time Brian had a great show, didn't bathe for 17 days straight.
Whereas this year, though, it's been a very different story.
The worst had to be when Dan spilled clam chowder, Manhattan clam chowder, all over Reese. Had his best show ever. Of course, that got old for Reese really quickly.
Yeah.
He's in makeup.
Okay.
The Buffalo demo was for sure the biggest crowd, and the park looked out of hand, but the thing that really was bad is that it was raining, so we didn't even know if we were gonna be able to do a demo. You pulled up and that many people are standing there, we can't just not ride, we gotta give a demo. Too many people came too far to see us, and we're not gonna just sit there and say it's raining. It was kind of funny, a lot of us just started riding in the rain.
Saw my baby in the rain. She's crying again.
Park rules, man. I'm really bummed on the wetness. We could be doing some tricks.
It's dry now.
It is.
Oh, she's crying, crying, baby, baby, please.
They're ready to see some action, just like the other 2,000 people here. And hopefully we'll get this demo underway here in a little bit when it dries up.
It's pretty much dry enough to ride, so. Let's get the party started. Get the party started. Get the party started.
We got all the elements coming together on this track right here. Earth, water, fire, wind.
The thing I liked about the park was that there wasn't just a box jump demo. I noticed there was a lot more possibilities and endless lines you could think of. You just had to get creative, so that's what I enjoyed about the park. You know, mix it up a bit. We've seen a lot of box jump demos lately, so I figured we have to see some streety kind of lines going down, so that's what I opted for.
When you told me your name, was it the same you said before? Then you didn't mind me calling out, but when the count was right, everything was wrong. Yeah, and it's a long way back from our heartache.
Koji Kraft is a unique kid, man. He just goes full bore all the time and seems to have like no respect for his own body. He just lays it out on the line nonstop. And he had this one crazy line towards the end where there's a box jump where he did a turn down backflip, and then onto the top of the deck he backflipped, dropped in, tail whipped over a wedge, and then tail whipped up onto the top of a little quarter. So, I mean, that was full contest run right there.
This park is just full of excitement from everybody. Like we all just, like all of us were smiling. Like there's no way we couldn't have a good session.
Dr. Kravitz?
Let's lose that appendix.
Mother, I'm home. I'm a big spicy butterfly. I gotta get out of here.
Eat me.
Imagine waking up to this face, and at night, gazing into these eyes. Now you can. Just go to Blockbuster and buy a DirecTV system. You'll get access to up to 13 regular season NFL games every week. It's the perfect marriage. And only Blockbuster throws in free movie and game rentals for a year. You can even vote for your favorite NFL All-Star players to make this year's NFL Pro Bowl team. So go to Blockbuster now. And can we say, you make a great couple. Blockbuster, bringing entertainment home.
If you want to customize your ride, check out the latest rockin' audio systems, or kick it up off-road, there is a magazine for you. Choppers, street rods, lowriders, imports, 4x4s. You can get behind the wheel of them all. Or if off-roading for you means in the air, on the water, or up a mountain, then don't miss all the extreme action in these titles. Subscribe today to any of these McMullen Argus Enthusiast magazines at 1-800-700-7960.
We're at the B3 street course or skate park. This park is just full of excitement from everybody. Like we all just, like all of us were smiling. Like there's no way we couldn't have a good session with it.
Mike Laird was just getting beat up by this one bar spin to Fufanu on this handrail. It wasn't really that big, but for whatever reason, it was giving him a lot of trouble, and he just got the crowd all worked up, and I think the noise of the crowd kind of got behind him and got his adrenaline going, and he nailed it. So it's kind of the theme behind these guys. They never leave a place without sticking their trick. You know, Laird probably tried about 8 times, and that last time he nailed it and moved on to something else.
This disgusting poverty is immoral and unnecessary. There's little care for the old. They break their backs, man. It's always the same. They're throwing the crumbs. So they're hungry, and the odds they get stronger. The risk is getting longer, and the only God that they'll ever know has an ill after the
Tennis, 1080 to fakie on the box, that's pretty dope.
I got dizzy watching them.
Yeah, right?
But I know that she won't. She'd rather have the memories of the arms of the
park ruled, though, man. What'd you think, though?
I think the park is like insane. This is the best park I've ever ridden, probably, or ever even seen. Like, it's got everything. Ready? Let's do this!
I know Dave was really stoked because he had told me that he felt like pretty much anything they did was appreciated by the crowd. It didn't really matter what it was. It didn't feel like he had to go out and do something really big. He could just kind of enjoy himself, kind of work his way up.
It's a better day to die. Well, it's hard to forgive.
I want to do this. I want to go back, feeble, manual to the rail.
But every ounce you had your gain, and if the love you left behind was wasted, wasted holiday, 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 holiday. 'Cause I fell in love. Now I'm dead love. Holiday, 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 holiday. 'Cause I fell in love. Now I'm dead love.
It was pretty insane. That demo was awesome. That was probably my favorite demo for sure on the Northeast leg of the tour.
Getting the folks at Ask Jeeves to test the Norelco Quadra Action Razor should be easy. Hey, they're smart, right?
Will I get a close shave? Signs point to no.
This thing's gonna chew up my face.
But thanks to slots for longer hair and holes for short stubble, they got a close shave without the nicks and cuts of a blade.
Well, it's only been a few days, but I'm liking it.
They especially loved how easy it was to clean.
It needed a quick bath.
The Quadra Action has satisfied 99% of the guys who tried it. Except no imitations. Get America's #1 selling electric shaver, Norelco.
It is the Big Apple, but don't try and eat it. We're now entering the center of...
All right, cool. How you guys doing? Center as in dial down the center. That's right. Can I borrow that? It's the 100 CALLATT. All right. Got a good crowd.
So, Dustin.
Exactly. It's free for you and cheap for them.
On every call counter juice?
Dodge Dims van Com de la Gaia.
For collect calls.
Save big bucks on every call. Just dial 1-800-CALL-ATT for collect calls.
Sunday night, catch one of the NFL's biggest surprises. The Bears are back, led by the A-Train Anthony Thomas. Touchdown. Next stop, Minnesota, to face Dante Culpepper and the rival Vikes. Bears-Vikings, 8:30 Sunday on ESPN.
The Dave Mirra BMX Super Tour is brought to you by Slim Jim. Need a little excitement? Snap into a beefy, spicy Slim Jim. And by DC Shoes. And by Subaru. Visit us at Subaru.com to see our full line of all-wheel drive vehicles.
It's just like such an awesome thing to be out here and to see these guys at this level and to see them ride like this every day, and they're in control. That's something that people don't understand. They think it's just like huck your bike, huck your body, and hope that you land it. It's not like that at all. It's a very well-calculated risk and a very well-calculated movement that they're doing with their body and their bike, and to be one with the bike like Dave and Ryan and all the guys on the tour, that just shows you, like, you know, their consistency shows you their practice, and it also makes you respect them a little bit more than maybe what you might have before you saw the stuff live.
There's no day, there's no night, there's no time where we are going. There's no hiding.